You know?
All right, now this article is off the Millennium.
That proves why we're gonna get put to death for not accepting the mark. You get put to death for not accepting the dollar. So you're gonna get put to death for not accepting the new form of currency.
Can I read this?
Yeah.
It says, the new confessions of an economic hitman. This is just the introduction. The new confessions, I'm haunted every day by what I did as an economic hitman. They call it an EHM. I'm haunted by the lies I told back then about the World Bank. I'm haunted by the ways in which that bank, its sisters organizations, and I empowered U.S. corporations to spread their cancerous tentacles across the planet. I'm haunted by the payoffs to the leaders of poor countries, the blackmail and the threats that if they resisted, if they refused to accept loans that would enslave their countries in debt, the CIA's jackals would overthrow or assassinate them.
The who? The CIA's jackals. And I want to say real quick, this is Spirit One. The IRS was being trained with what? Semi-automatic weapons. The IRS is an agency to collect what? The Federal Reserve notes or to punish you for them. And two, one of you brothers look it up. What's the monument that's in front of the IRS? It's a satanic thing. You brothers, bro, you know what I'm talking about. In front of IRS, they got like some satanic statue. Watch, look it up. We're gonna show the camera. Read this again. So the IRS is tied in with the CIA. The CIA. What my man from Set It Off say, Lester? There's three people I don't mess with. The Aya, the Ara, and the S. That's Esau. You got it? There's a monument in front of the IRS.
Right here.
Capstone.
Yeah, no, what you got? Let me see.
Yeah, the pyramid with the two hands.
Yes, right here. That's in front of the, why is that in front of the IRS building? Because that proves that the currency is satanic. The wars are satanic. And Esau gets power through satanic rituals that he forces you to use that you call currency today. Tawada. And look at the two hands.
And it explains it too.
Oh, Tawada. Okay, Tawada. Hey, you gotta like this stuff. You gotta like this stuff.
Just tap the screen.
Tawada, real quick, okay. Oh no.
I got it right here.
You got it?
I lost it.
Yeah, read it for him. Okay. His brother's phone.
It says,
I don't trust those iPhones.
It says, Sinister Sites, IRS headquarters, Maryland. The IRS headquarters in New Carrollton, Maryland.
So, hey, brothers, let's sit for a second and reflect. So, we went into history about the Greeks. Then we went to Romans. And then we went in how there was a little horn that exercised the powers of first beast. And look at what he's doing. He sets up satanic rituals for these great organizations. The IRS is illegal, but it's a great respected agency, the government. And all of them are based around satanic signs and symbols. Even the dollar that you're forced to use today is all satanic. So he didn't just set up a collection agency. He set up a satanic agency of collection. And what's he ultimately collecting? He's trying to collect your souls.
Yep. Man, this is demonic. It says the IRS headquarters in New Carrollton, Maryland is a government building that contains...
And what's government mean, brothers?
Mind control.
Mind control. Keep going.
It says that contains art referring to elite secret societies. More importantly, the art conveys and strays messages about the U.S. Constitution.
Now why does it? What does it say? The elite thing? Go back to that.
Yeah, it says the art contains art referring to elite secret societies.
Hold on, brother. Read that slow.
It says it's a government building.
It's a government building, a mind control building
that contains art.
Referring
to elite secret societies.
Referring to secret elite societies. Now, one thing I want to show y'all, brothers, is in 1933, that's a Mason number. In 1933, Theodore Roosevelt collapsed gold, right? Now, guess what happened? Guess what he received for doing that? It says President Franklin D. Roosevelt received, listen to this, Barar, the Zeta Beta Chi Fraternity Got Thiel Medal. Let's look that up. Well, that was it, right? That was it. All right, there was more? All right, Barar, you got something?
Yep.
All right, well, it's all right, but you brothers can look this up because I'm sure this medal goes back to something. And what is Beta Zeta? What's that? Greeks. They favored the fathers of the Greeks best. Veda, Zeta, Meta, Peta, Pi, right? That's them niggas, the steppers. But so does Esau. Listen to this. So why did Theodore Roosevelt receive a medal? Because he did what his influencers told him to do, collapse gold. So he did that, and would they give him a medal? Like today, what the presidents always put a medal on someone, but they had to do something first. Now there's more. It says Roosevelt had appointed a large number of Jews, I'll just say Edomites, to government, but you have to know how big a part the 1948ers play in this system. You don't just got dumb, average, everyday Edomites. You got Amalek. You got Teman. You got major sons of Esau, major dukes of Esau that are playing the biggest role. Now these low-level Edomites are probably Zelepods, whatever his name is, you know. Zelapod. They're just low-level niggas. That's all. Two-timing losers. They're not all every Edomite set up to do this. There's certain ones, mainly Amalek.
Just like every Chinese motherfucker don't march fire.
Or just like every Jake ain't set up to do. That's the spirit. That was a Jake. Not every Jake is set up to do this. You know, which the Wadi Abashim Shai, he has chosen us out of a nation of the sand of the sea for us to do this. So the Wadi Abashim Shai. It says Roosevelt had appointed a large number of 1948ers to government agencies and departments. So they created agencies and departments, then they infiltrated them. Not everyone that works for the government, the police, or these agencies are wicked, but you have wicked elite men that are in them. You got some?
The Godville Medal
Oh, my man.
is awarded to who shall be is annually awarded by the Zeta Beta Tan fraternity to that American Jew or Gentile who shall be considered to have rendered the greatest service to the cause of Judaism in the year of the award.
Wow. So when he collapsed the gold, that was the greatest act he could do for the agenda of the elites. That's what they gave him, a medal.
And you
So
said
what?
this was 1933?
Yep.
So this particular is going to a Yeshiva College of America, which started in the 1920s, apparently.
And guess when they gave him the medal? 4 years later, 1937. Now, real quick, one more before we go back. It says that I'm gonna code word now because we've been saying, you know, kind of these key words a lot. But the Lord's with us, so it says 1948ers. Listen to this, brothers. Have had an influence over every president. The elites have had an influence over every president. And it says, and many congressmen ever since Woodrow Wilson, 1913. What came in 1913? The Federal Reserve Act. And then war. It says, some of whom had directly taken orders from 1948ers in an outside government. Some of these Edomites include Paul Wahlberg, Henry Morgenthau, Bernard Baruch, Robert Strauss, Herbert Lehman, Eugene Meyer, Judges Brandonese, blah, 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 and then Henry Kissinger. And we already mentioned, did we mention Henry Kissinger already? See? Earlier. Well, under who? The Nixon administration, which Henry Kissinger and Nixon created, were the men used to bring in the US dollar and force the world to accept it under the agreement of the Saudi Arabia Act. So it all ties in for a greater agenda. You got some, brother?
I still got that article about the.
Oh yeah, okay. Now let's go into Gaddafi. Then he's got some, and then we'll finish Rev 13, and we'll probably go into Rev 13 and 16 too.
All right. It says Gold Diner, the real reason behind Gaddafi's murder. The Gold Diner, a groundbreaking initiative. In 2009, Colonel Gaddafi, then president of the African Union, suggested to the states of the African continent to switch to a new currency independent on the American dollar.
Oh, that's war. If Esau creates war for you to accept the dollar, he will go to war with you if you deny the dollar. That's why he's got his he got his wars. You know, hey, can you see if Iran accepts the US dollar? Keep going.
And it says the Gold Diner. It says the objective of this new currency was to divert oil revenues towards state-controlled funds rather than American banks.
State-controlled funds, and some of those funds will be what? Gold. So when the Lord was with Esau to fulfill his blessing, can we get it? Genesis 27:41 real quick. Are you in there? That's the Spirit. Read that, please.
Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him,
Hey, you know what that shows you? Who can... You know what that shows you? Who can say no to their son? Who can say, can you say no to that face? You a parent. Hey, Malak, you a parent. You got sons. When they ask, come please, daddy. Please. All right, man.
Oh, they mom hate it.
All right.
Always giving in to them.
Hey, we said we're going to go in the market of beasts. Look, 666. 666. And who's going to lead it in? Who's going to usher it in? Esau. Right? So right there is like a father and a son. He like, I can't say no to my son. Remember, Isaac liked Esau. Now, Rebecca did it. Now, y'all know why Rebecca did it? Because the curse that was put on the Eve and the serpent. I shall put enmity. She ain't rock with Esau like that. She rock with Jacob. Let's read this.
It says, And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him,
Come on,
Behold,
if you got a child crying in front of you, your child, you ain't gonna feel some kind of mercy, right? Keep going.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And now that word fatness literally goes into oil.
Got it right here.
Okay, read it, please.
It means fatness, fat piece, fertile place, richly prepared food.
Hold on, just read it slow, brother. Hold on, slow. Read it slow and loud for him.
It says fatness, fat piece.
Oh, they got a fat piece of land, right? I got this piece of land. That's why he called himself $5 Indians.
It says a fertile place.
Oh, a fertile place. It's a good land. Yeah. Oh, they have a term, the Fertile Crescent. Keep going.
It says richly prepared food, fatness, fat pieces.
Here it comes.
It says oil.
Oil. What's today? So what ultimately solidified, if you will, Esau's blessing of the fatness of the earth under the administration of what is it? Robert Nixon? Richard M. Nixon in 1971 under the U.S. Saudi Arabia Act, which he used for him to accept the dollar for payment for oil, which fulfilled his blessing of having the fatness of the earth. And then he brought in a dollar to make everyone else accept it because he has an agenda that he's using with that dollar. Keep going.
Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
And that fatness of the earth, Richard Nixon in Saudi Arabia, when he also gave a military presence, which is his blessing of the sword, started the fucking Iran-Iraq war. Iraq, you know?
Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
So I'm so sorry, brother. And one more thing, Iraq, if I'm not mistaken, stands for order. So Esau was establishing his new world order when he made that agreement with the Saudi Arabia in the Iraq area.
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Oh, now the dew of heaven. Now what took place, we might be changing gears. What took place when he established his excellency of the dew of heaven? What year did that blessing be fulfilled? 1969. When he did what? Obadiah.
Yep.
Let's go back to Obadiah.
Saint Obadiah.
You don't have a clue.
Oh, shit. Like
So what, right?
Right.
His fatness of,
Set thy nest among the stars.
and then he said, then will I bring thee down. Do you brothers know what else came in 1969? A lot. And we could go into it. Let's go into it real quick. If brothers want to, let's go into it now. We're going to change gears. We got on money enough. We understand the concept of why he uses money, well, how it's wickedness. Now, let's go into this other blessing without the oil, and that's what? The setting the dew of heaven.
All right. So you first verse.
Yeah, yep, read down again.
Saint Obadiah in verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation...
Wait. There's so much meat here. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. When did they deal in the clefts of the rocks? Now one could say what? Well, Mount Seir, when the Lord was with them as the Horites. But what about when the Lord wasn't with them in the Caucasus Mountains? When he was the Caucasians. You see? Thou dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. That's why today his habitation's high with his buildings. Keep going.
And it says, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
We're about to get into this. Though thy set thyself as the who?
As the eagle.
Just like the what? The Romans? Now keep going. In the Greeks, the water, keep going.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Which is what? Him so-called landing on the moon, right? Yep. The Apollo, which Apollo's Greek. Apollo? Yep. Apollo the second, when it landed on the moon with Neil Armstrong, it said that he stepped off the eagle's pad. So even the spaceship that he claims he used to land on the moon was called an eagle.
Even the landing was called the eagle has landed.
See? Now, do you know what else? Do you know what ended in 1969? Project Blue Book. Do you know what Project Blue Book is? It's a program that was started in 1952 and it ended in 1969 with 12,000 reports of UFOs. So the Lord had signs in the heaven, and there was 12,000 UFOs for what? 12,000 out of each tribe. He made that great sign in heaven from 1952, 527, ended in 1969 when he claimed to go to the moon and raised up who? Abba Bivens. Abba Bivens quit the Old Testament keepers to start the 12 tribes doctrine using the Old and the New Testament in 1969. The same year he claimed to land on the moon. And don't you know, that same year, the Rolling Stones came out with a song called The Two Virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. Do you know what else? Do you know what else started in 1969? There was uproars because of the Vietnam War. So the Lord had uproars and rumors of wars taking place when he so-called landed on the moon. So the Lord, now what else took place? A satanic ritual where they sacrificed a baby. So the Lord poured all these things into earth that allowed Esau to fulfill his agenda. But guess what else he threw in there? Prophets. You got something, bro?
I looked up the name Apollo in the etymology dictionary. It says it's an Olympian deity, god of music, poetry, medicine.
Oh, what music? What came out in 1969? Woodstock. All the people we listen to today. Hey, we listen to oldies. You know what I mean? Your Janis Joplin, she was there. Jimi Hendrix, he was there. Rolling Stones, he was there. Creedence, Clearwater, one of my favorite bands, they were there. And one of my other favorite bands, Fleetwood Mac, they were there. All these great things came in 1969. America was shaped around 1969. All right, because we can go into more. Oh, guess what else started in 1969? Walmart, which is going to be rumored to be used for what? Martial law, baby. So, man, hey, All right, oh, and you know what else started in 1969? They came to what, bro? They came out every Saturday, Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Crew. And you know what Scooby means? To reveal a mystery. And what do? They unmasked Esau the villain. What are we doing? I have made Esau bear.
Right.
We are Scooby-Doo. That came out in 1969. A whole cartoon based around Edomite villains that were masking themselves as supernatural deities. Does Esau not do that today? Mm-hmm. And we used to watch it every what? Saturday morning. Y'all brothers remember Saturday morning? But guess what? So our whole lives, we look forward to Saturday. When we were a child for cartoons, and now as adults for camp.
That's right.
Was that it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
On the Apollos? Well, can you read it again? Because I got a fun fact about that. I want to share something with y'all.
It says Apollo, an Olympian deity, god of music, poetry, medicine, later became identified with Helios, the sun god.
So that's Greek, right? So y'all brothers ever watched the movie Bird Box?
Yeah.
Okay, do y'all know why they were blindfolded?
Deal with the demons.
Close, but it's bigger than that. To not see the face of God. Because if, we'll get it. What is it? Exodus 32? Ramav, you know the account when the Lord told Moses. What's that account? Where he said, if anybody look on my face, they'll die. I'm gonna share y'all something with y'all. I was just watching it last night. What is it? Exodus 32 and 20? Is it?
That's about 32.
Well, who got the thunder? Who got the thunder? Who got the perfect light? You got it? Read it loud, brother.
This Exodus chapter 33, verse 20.
Oh, 33 and 20.
It says, and he said, thou canst not see my face.
Thou cannot see my face.
For there shall no man see me
and what?
Live.
And live. Now, there's an in particular scene in Bird Box, right? Where there's a knock at the door and everyone in it is hiding their eyes because there's someone they're about to let in. Do you know who they let in? The woman's character name was Olympia. Do you know what Olympia means? It stands for Mount Olympus. Do you know what Mount Olympus is? It's the stairs before the throne of the Greek gods. So who was knocking at the door? God. And what were they doing? Hiding their eyes from the sight of God so they didn't die.
Yep.
You see? So it all that Esau knows, bro. Okay? That's why he did Olympus, a Greek god. All right? And where are they? The heights of the clouds. You see? So now let's go back. What you
I
have?
got a quick precept. All right, it's Malachi 4 and verse 5. And it says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
And when did Elijah come? In 1969 under the name of the man Abba Bivens. Now, do you know what else started in 1969? It's called PBS. Do you brothers know what PBS is? Public Broadcasting Service. Do you know before the internet, our elders would use TV to bring the truth? Y'all know that? The TV? Do you know what else started in 1969? The use of the internet through the U.S. military for the moon landing. Who uses the internet today?
He can't deny it.
We do.
Malachi 4 and 6. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with the curse.
Oh, who became president in 1969? Richard Nixon. What did he, look at everything he did that's prophetic today. It all revolves around the truth, the Lord, prophecy. You see? Back in Obadiah.
Back in Obadiah in verse...
That's dangerous.
Obadiah in verse...
nuisance.
Right. Obadiah in verse 4, I'm going to start verse 3 again. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yep, and that was the Lord. All right? That was the Lord. Because Esau never landed on the moon, but the action that he claimed he did is when the Lord said, all right, I'm going to bring you down now. You want to claim you can go to the moon and then some? Okay, I'm going to send my prophets out.
Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Yeah, you can speak out, brother.
Right, and right now, through prophecy, us being brought up the exceeding great army, Esau's being brought down low. You know what I mean? And us, casting down strongholds. Esau, the American dream. Like he's being, being made bare and whatnot. Keep going, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. If these come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right, and that's us. You know what I mean? What's that? Thessalonians. What's that? It says, Esau shall be consumed with the spirit of his mouth. You know what I mean? Like light is being shed on Esau's wickedness, you know? Verse 6, and it says, all the men of thy confederacy have been brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, that they eat thy bread and have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in Edom.
Yeah, there's going to be no understanding in Edom. Now, let's get Jeremiah 49 and 10. And then can you get the translations on that?
Yep.
We're going to wrap it up about towards the end. So this is dope because the third woe that's coming is going to be constructed through the Edomite elites.
You said Jeremiah 49 and 10, the translation, right?
Yeah. Y'all brothers see that, right? How the third war that's coming, Esau's constructing it, but he don't know. That's why it says he's going to be in straits. Because was he in straits in World War I, World War II? He never was in straits. He was able to bring in $1, claim it was backed by gold, then take the gold, then leave the dollar, force the world to accept this dollar, and now persecute the world through the dollar. But now you got countries that want to get away from the dollar, just like Gaddafi did. But this Gaddafi, like the Russians, they can fight back. That's why I said the weak set them strong. Yeah, I want your dollar. What up? It's a sound of battle. What up? Nigga, F your dollar. China took away everything that was westernized out of their country. I don't want no John Street. I don't want nothing. I don't want no Becky diners. Anything that's Esau, get it the F out of here. Y'all know that, right? Esau made it illegal for any Western culture, or I spoke too fast. Moab made anything Western to be illegal in the land of the sun rising.
I believe like last year, right? Or like this year?
Yeah. Very relevant. And guess what else? The rumors of nuclear war have been more relevant in the past decade per se than any other time in history. Do you know why? Because the apostles and elders came on YouTube in July 2007. That's just a little over a decade ago. So once the Lord put the prophets on the main highways, boom, nuclear war became prevalent throughout the world. Talks of it. And the Pentagon just released a report that last year they made about nuclear war, and they were just releasing it to your ass now. So if you listen to Esau, his media, and his news, your ass is late with current events. Where we going?
Jeremiah.
Yep, the brother got it. Yep.
Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
So in building off 1969, having fun with it being spiritual, what came out? Scooby-Doo. Scooby in the dictionary means to reveal a mystery. Hey, fun fact, you know Velma? Her character's Spanish. She speaks Spanish. So that shows you, hey, that was Jake, that's his camp. That was his camp. And Scooby-Doo, the dog is a Great Dane. Great. Who's the Danes?
Right.
So anyways, hey, we're spiritual men.
Even the Lord said, I will get unto me the great thing.
So,
we'll always bring that up.
yep. So in 1969, you had Scooby-Doo come out. Now in the show, they always revealed the villain who was some elite, right? Portraying himself as a monster. But what did they do to reveal him? They unmasked him. So Esau being made bare, I've uncovered his secret places. Because in the show, you thought it was a demon. You thought it was a monster. And it was always to do what? To get some kind of land, to get some kind of business, right? They would scare away the people so they can overtake a business land. See? That's exactly what Esau's done. So Genesis 49, you can say it to a degree, started in 1969. So read it, right? If you will, because even our elder Pastor Har learned that Esau Edom was the so-called white man from where? His elders from the One West. So the Lord gave that revelation to these men at One West that started in 1969. So let's read it again. You got to have fun with it. You got to have fun with this knowledge and wisdom because it is. That's why you got to, put that feet in and prepare to go to work,
But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
The mere fact that we broke down the monetary fund that's uncovered him. People that go into this are put to death. Gaddafi, Saddam, All right? Men get put to death for revealing his secrets. You see? Keep going.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
He can't hide himself no more and tell us why gold ain't backing the dollar, why it's a Federal Reserve note, who started that, why the first U.S. dollar was printed the same year war took place, why a president that collapsed gold, why the president that collapsed gold later received a fucking medal from the 1948ers, right? All that ties in, and we can explain it. Because that's too much of a big so-called coincidence. Let's keep going.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren.
Oh, here it is. Now it said his seed is spoiled. And when you're spoiled, what's that mean? You're taken. So his seed's going to be spoiled, his children. Oh, Isaiah 14, we don't got to get it. We know it so much. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land or fill their faces or with cities, because they're gonna do what? Bring in war, bring in fucking money that ain't backed by nothing but fear and whoremongering, you know? So his seed's gonna be taken. Who else is gonna be taken? Keep going.
It says, and his brethren.
His brother's gonna be taken. Russia, Teman, right? His brother's gonna be taken. Who else?
And his neighbors.
And his neighbors are gonna fight one against another. Isaiah 19:2. I shall set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Right. They're going to fight one another. Keep going. What else?
And he is not.
And he ain't going to be no more. Hey, he was once here and now he's not. That's what it means. He was once here and now his ass is no longer. Where is he? He ain't here. Let's read some translations on it.
I got the translation from the NLT Bible, and it says, "But I will strip bare the land of Edom, and there will be..."
Read the whole thing? Are you reading the whole script? Oh, Salakia.
Are you with the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, "But I will strip bare the land of Edom,
Yep.
and there will be no place left to hide."
No place. He can't hide behind the IMF. He can't hide behind the World Bank. Which, real quick, the World Bank was once known as the International Bank. Because what was it doing internationally? Monetary funds throughout the world to make the world accept the U.S. dollar. Putting the nations in debt. Which created what, brothers? Psalms 83, the crafty counsel under the tabernacle of Edom. And all those mother effing nations that are linked in there are under his regime through their dollar. Are they not?
Yeah.
Keep going.
And it says, its children, its brothers, and its neighbors will all be destroyed, and Edom itself will be no more. And that's plain, you know.
Right, you got it.
It's like, you know,
the water. I appreciate it.
And that's plain, you know, because soon, you know what I mean, after America falls down, and then our establishment of the kingdom starting off with Yahushua, the elect, you know what I mean, like, you know, he's going to be serving us, you know, under bondage, and then soon, we're going to do away with him, according to the book of Obadiah, you know, and what's that great Edomite bonfire, you know? Yeah,
but before that, he's going to have to live in our kingdom, see our money spent, see our gold with our faces etched in, seeing our gold bricks that his bitch ass can't take, you know?
It's like I was meditating on that. He's going to actually have to see and hear us partying, hear us celebrating, hear us praising the Lord. He's going